Alrighty, on our last video, we were starting to take things apart. We blew a set of head gaskets, but while I'm ordering these gaskets and I'm waiting on them to show up, I figure I'm gonna go ahead and address these tire issues. And I've got a set of Carlisle turf tires, and these are rather old. I bought these probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And the fellow I bought them from had them fluid filled. He actually ended up using tractor fluid. It ends up being salt water, I believe, from the looks of things, because it's rotting them cores out pretty good. We've got it somewhat tore up. So I guess I'm going to order a brand new set of tires. Let me get online and see what we can find. I think I'm going to try to go with a profile on these that are not nearly as bad as my other tires. Not as bad as the other one, but you can kind of see the wet spots in the tires. That's where the dry rotting through and the salt water solution's working their way through. And I really don't care for that stuff. I'm gonna have to dispose of it somehow, because it kills your grass. You know, was it a great solution? Yeah, to whoever put this kit together, but unfortunately, you know, the sidewalls are just spitting them out now. The sidewalls have actually, you can tell here, the sidewalls have actually wore out before the tire, unfortunately. And they're not gonna last long. They're gonna rip open. So we're gonna address this, and you can see inside that stem there, if it's possible, you can see it. From my perspective, it's green with corrosion. It's probably gonna get ready and go too. But we're gonna do Project Resto. I'm gonna take these apart, de-tire them, sandblast them and get some primer on them, and then I'll get right back to you. I don't like painting and sandblasting around my cameras. I just, is what it is. But I'll get back to you once I get a decent coat on these things and get some updates to it. But yeah, we're gonna make some magic happen. We'll get rid of these, and we're gonna get a little bit more aggressive tire, but not as aggressive as those two tracks, and see what we get. And here we are, sandblasted, primered. I did get some yellow inside of them on the other side. Halfway through the project to clean these things up. The pits were pretty decent, but not too bad. They cleaned up all right for what I need them to do. And we're gonna go ahead and spray the rest of this. There's Miss Sadie making a debut again. Sadie, hello. But yep, we're going to go ahead and get these finished up, and then pull out some valve stems for these animals and slap them together once they're dry. And we'll be right back with Miss Sadie in the background. Just a quick note, real quick. We're doing Milton tire valves on these rims and tires that I'm putting together. And they come with a couple of different gaskets. You can take these off. This is the way it shows up in the box. Take the nut down. And pull these rubber bushings off. And then this one has a small rubber gasket on the inside with a little nipple kind of comes through. I usually take them off. And then I'll install it on the rim and then push this through. Give me just a second and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So basically, take these rubber nipples, and you can see, if you can see in there, it's a little dark down here right now, but I'll fit them to the rim so it's inside. And then I'll take and thread it through the back, get it started, and I'll work it so that it comes in. And this makes it a lot easier to get that little rubber nipple completely inside the rim to where it sticks out. And then you know you've got a good seal when you tighten it down. After that, we have a washer, goes on top, then a nut. And you can roll it all together that way. And it's good and tight. And we'll leave it that way till we get ready to air it up. Alrighty then. After a little bit of struggle, we've actually got these on. And I really kind of do like the profile on these. You can see the tire sits out a little bit past the rim, so you're not really beating on your rim. They're kind of balloony looking. I'm not quite done with these yet. I don't remember where I filled them up. I just got them to pop a bead, which was very, very tricky. Because of how wide they are and how stiff this bead is, I actually had to take and have somebody put a bead blaster on them to get them to seal, because they were literally, I don't know, 4 inches away with one bead seated. Probably have 4 or 5 inch gap. And a ratchet strap trick didn't work, didn't bring it any closer. So a quick rundown. I didn't get a video of it, but either way, demounted, sandblasted, painted, and put new ones on. These are the Carlisle 2612x12 WT300s, which are a lot like my Power Tracks, only instead of having a really tall, rough edge, wide bar cut, these are a bit rounded. And I wanted to try these because, as you've seen earlier in this video, that the sidewalls on the turf track tires, which are like more like the pavement looking things, the sidewalls really suck on them. I really wish Carlisle would kind of do some work and give them the same sidewall as these. They would last forever. These things are solid, and I mean thick on the sidewall, so hopefully these last and hold up a heck of a lot better than the other ones. And that's that for this. I'm still waiting on my head gaskets to show up, or my gasket kit. It's a UPS issue. They've been floating around in the mail for a little while now, so we'll see what happens as far as them maybe showing up today. But in the meantime, while I've been waiting on them, we got a tire swap done, and now I'm seriously thinking about doing my deck. My deck and my front blade, since I got this John Deere yellow out and it looks all pretty. I think I might just go ahead and try to hit all the yellow implements and get everything cleaned up with a fresh coat of paint. But that's that for the tire swap. Thanks guys for looking.